This week, here's what you and your previous borrowers need to know about FHA's proposed policy changes for the HECM.
Building relationships is the way Mutual of Omaha has grown into one of the leading financial services companies in the world. Our reverse mortgage wholesale division is proud to carry on this 100-plus year tradition. To your borrowers, a reverse mortgage is more than a transaction. It's a promise of a better, more stress-free life. Our goal is to provide you, our valued client, with the best service and support possible so you can focus on helping your borrowers achieve the retirement of their dreams.
Welcome back to the Industry Leader Update. Policy changes related to the home equity conversion mortgage can appear somewhat esoteric or perhaps overwhelming to the casual observer or even an industry veteran. So today we're going to break down some of the key policy changes for the HECM that every reverse mortgage professional like yourself should understand and may need to communicate with specific borrowers that find themselves in particular situations. Earlier this month, the Federal Housing Administration, or FHA, they released a draft mortgagee letter which outlines these proposals in policy changes for the home equity conversion mortgage program. And one particular thing should be noted. These proposals are primarily focused on the back end or the servicing of a HECM loan. Now, while not generally considered by an originator, in fact, the servicing of a HECM is integral for the successful aging in place of a homeowner with a reverse mortgage. So today we're going to review some of the more notable proposed policy changes and what they could mean for your previous HECM borrowers. And the first proposal comes to occupancy verification. Each year, HECM borrowers must certify that the home which secures the loan is still in fact their primary residence. Now, the loan servicer would send out an occupancy certificate form which the borrower or borrowers must sign to attest that the home does remain their primary residence. In his latest book, Navigating Reverse, Dan Holtquist writes, borrowers must verify his or her principal residence within 30 days before or after the anniversary date of the first day of the first month after closing. However, unfortunately, in some circumstances, the older homeowner may disregard those notices, and that puts them at risk of having their HECM loan called due and payable. So FHA proposes that mortgage servicers or mortgagees be allowed to verify occupancy over the phone. However, the draft mortgagee letter notes that the employee must sign and date the verbal verification form, and note the name and number of each borrower or eligible non-borrowing spouse who in fact verified the occupancy. In addition, they must also retain an audio recording of that phone call. Another proposed policy change allows for a delay before a mortgagee or servicer asks to have a HECM loan called due and payable for non-payment of property charges or homeowners insurance and taxes. Now, to request a delay, the unpaid property charges must equal $5,000 or less, and documentation must be uploaded to Hermit, that is the Home Equity Reverse Mortgage Information Technology platform. And that upload must establish that either the borrower could not be contacted but has met their occupancy requirement, or that the borrower has expressed a willingness to repay those property charges in arrears, or that they're already making partial payments as part of a repayment plan. Next, homeowners association dues. Those may be included when a mortgagee is creating a repayment plan for unpaid property charges. That's one of the proposals. In other words, HOA dues may be factored into an approved repayment. And lastly, and perhaps most interesting, are FHA's financial incentives for either the borrower or the mortgagee/servicer to expedite a deed in lieu of foreclosure. This proposal would allow for a cash for keys or a financial incentive to be paid to the borrower by the lender, who then later can be reimbursed by filing a claim with FHA. But what's most interesting is the proposed financial incentive for FHA to pay the servicer or mortgagee by having the borrower sign and complete the deed in lieu. Now, the same could apply to any mortgagee or servicer who encourages the borrower to execute a timely sale of the property. In conclusion, while HECM servicing has greatly improved in recent years, especially since HUD moved its servicing contract from NOVAD to C-Link, the role of the originator should not be disregarded. Regularly scheduled annual calls to check in with previous borrowers not only helps to catch potential issues early, it's also a great way to generate referrals from a client or borrower who appreciates you as a professional, who cares enough to stay in touch even after the sale. Now, what are your thoughts on these proposed policy changes? What do you think about the cash for keys? That's quite interesting. You can leave your comments in the comment section below. Also, please share this video with other mortgage professionals on your LinkedIn channel. We appreciate those of you that are doing that every week. And we also have a YouTube channel where you can subscribe and catch all of our video content each and every week. That includes this show, Friday's Food for Thought, and our new video podcast. Yes, we have a video version in addition to the audio only, so be sure to subscribe. And each and every week you can catch up on your reverse mortgage news, whether it's on video or audio. The audio podcast, by the way, is available on Spotify, Apple Music, Podbean.com, and of course here at HECM World as well. Thanks again for watching, and be sure to return next week for more reverse mortgage news, commentary, and analysis you'll only find here at HECM World.